So this is the 1981 Checker Marathon that I'm looking at. It's got it says it's got 35,000 on the odometer. The interior is pretty well, it's taken apart, but there is a good headliner in here, so it's not trashed. And it's got the standard 3 seats in the back. Does not have the jump seats. All pretty solid. Rocker panel is the only place that has some issues, but just pumping up the tires there. It's pretty square, pretty straight body, perfect grille, and I don't know, it looks overall not too bad. It's been sitting here for a while. It has the cloth top on it, so I'm just wondering if there is a window behind here, or is there a frame, or what's behind there? Maybe someone can answer that. But kind of looks like a limo right now, but I'd like to convert it back to a taxi cab style, so it's pretty close with the colors that it already has. There's that little bit of rust right there with the rocker panel. I'm hoping that that's a relatively minor inconvenience. There's a hole on that one there, but otherwise the body looks pretty good to my beginner's mind, beginner's eye. Little view of the interior of the rocker panel. Pretty mucky inside, missing the panel on the front, but I don't know if the taxis had that or not. Definitely needs a bit of work, but upholstery is in incredibly good shape, other than some rips there. And the door's open. The windows are very stiff. But, you know, it's not too bad in here. I think it is workable as a tour vehicle that I intend to do with it. And very little needed to be done. It does not have the jump seats in it. But then again, probably just run it with the 3 on the back and 1 extra passenger in the front. It has the cloth roof on it. As you see, like the old taxi driver said, don't slam the door. But it opens and closes pretty well. So that's pretty impressive. Not bad, actually. The bumpers are straight, and boy, they're built like a brick house. As you see, it's got a girder in there, so those are pretty tough. Tires are rotten, but looking over this, it's pretty straight, pretty good. And there's this issue of the cloth roof, which I will have to address. That back window looks really long, but I want to know, is that standard, or is this the limousine model of this Checker? I have a feeling that it is not the limousine model. It is just the standard civilian version. But underneath here there is metal, and just from what I could peek inside there, it looked okay. So I'm hoping that with the removal of this cloth top, that we'll find something relatively stable underneath. But so I have to finish this off with my iPhone, but I did want to show you that you know, just how straight the body is there, and how good it looks in general. And you know, overall I'm pretty impressed with it. I can't say that there's anything horribly needing on it that little TLC won't take care of. The windows, of course, this little vent window has the peeling chrome on it, which has to be dealt with, and I'm sure there are solutions for that. But it's nice to sit in here. It's quite pleasant. Lots of headroom on these things, so I'm sure that's why people did like them. And then, of course, there's the back seat that's super comfortable. But I like it. I think it could grow on me. And this iPhone is rather narrow angle, but it seems to be like a nice, comfortable ride. It's got the original Checker dash on it. It reads 33,507 kilometers, so I'm going to assume that's 133,000, but we never know. It's a 1981. Again, it's got that chipping chrome on there. But the heater has to be put back together. It did have air conditioning. And otherwise though, you know, everything looks pretty amazing in here, all things considered. Door panel is off, but you know, that just saves me a little bit of work. And I'm impressed with the upholstery. I mean, it is not crapped out at all when you look at it. There's not really any cuts in it. And the headliner is pretty good too. So anyways, it's dirty and it does need work, but I like it. And I think, call me crazy, but I think I'm probably gonna buy it somehow. What is it worth? Here is the question. So that is the question we'll put out to the world. There's the original plate, and doesn't say what year constructed. Checker models A11 and A12. So seating capacity 6, 3 in the front, 3 in the rear. And overall looking pretty straight for this year, and the fact that it's just been sitting here for quite a while. I'm just going to have a little bit of a better view of it there. Kind of a neat vehicle. And we'll see what we can get it for. Hopefully it will be for a deal that's fair to me and fair to the young owner. There was one thing I forgot to look at in here, which was underneath where the propane tanks are stored, which you cannot see. There's just a bump. Okay, so forget that. But there are 3 propane tanks under there, and they've taken up some of the room in the trunk. But look at how square and nice the curves are on the body. It's never been bashed at all, and the bumpers are immaculate. So this vehicle, I think, actually had a fairly easy life. The only thing that frightens me is getting this off and seeing what's underneath, and figuring out how to cut in the quarter windows, which will be necessary for my tour business, because I don't want someone being stuck behind there not able to see anything at all. It's quite boring. But if anyone has any information about how to reform and restore the roof after I take it off, I guess it's just a lot of sanding and prepping. But a lot of these things are still pretty good. So that's my rationale for the moment, and we'll see where we go from there. Loads of room in this thing. I think that my tourists are going to love it. Yeah, you see that blank panel over there? That's got to be filled in with a window. We got to have that quarter window for that panoramic view. So the question is whether my Ford Ranger will become jealous after that. It will want some attention as well. So that's it for my video. I hope that someone may have some interesting things to say about the cab and any ideas about where I can go with it. And we'll see what comes of this adventure. And I hope I'm doing the right thing. She looks pretty straight to me. So I'm not as afraid as I should be. I just love the classic look of the lines of this car. It's boxy, it's all American. Not unlike some of the cars you see out in photographs of cars in Havana in Cuba. So to me it's got a real eye-catching element to it, and it'll look even more spiffy with the yellow top.